Okay, so this is just a quick video to talk to you guys about the Clik Elite ProBody Sport, which is a camera bag from Clik Elite. It's a great pack. It's designed for mountain biking, hiking, running, just taking a camera out somewhere that you wouldn't normally, and it's got some features that obviously make it very good for that. As a mountain bike photographer, I'm always searching for a good bag. If a bag's too big and it's too heavy, you don't want a heavy pack by the time you've put a hydration bladder in there and you're out riding for a day. You want something that's nice and light in its essence, and the weight of this bag is quite light. I think it's just over 1 kilo. My old camera bag that I used to use weighed 2 kilos, so I've shaved a kilo of weight off there straight away. The other great thing about this pack is it's quite small. It's not very big, and it tapers towards the end, and you're meant to put, your camera body stays in the bottom, so it's got a low centre of gravity, and when you actually put the pack on, it doesn't feel too bad on your back, even when it's fully loaded. I put quite a bit of stuff in mine, but we'll run through the pockets and what's important and where you can fit stuff. But as a photography bag for mountain biking, it's easily the best pack I've come across so far. It's a little bit dirty because I've been using it a fair bit, because I wanted to make sure that actually I tried it out in the field before I made this video. So the first thing, let's talk about the main compartment, which is obviously where you keep your camera gear. This is the main compartment here at the bottom. It comes with an assortment of dividers. I've taken those out just because of the way that I run my bag and what I want to fit in there. Now if you do any mountain bike photography, then you'll know that the 7200 is pretty much a standard lens that you'll use, and even if you do any type of photography, a 7200 is a very popular lens. Now when you're looking for a small, compact, lightweight bag, finding a bag that will fit a pro body in there with a 7200 on it attached is very difficult. The beauty of being able to fit that in this bag is that that's the lens I mostly use, so whenever I'm shooting I can pull that out of the bag and use it straight away, and it's ready to go. So that's an important feature for me, and that was a real deal breaker when I was looking at this bag and deciding which bag I wanted to get. So the 7200 fits in. You just slot it in down the side there. It's not a roomy fit, it's a tight fit, it's very snug in there, there's not acres of room or anything like that, but there is still some room to get some other bits and pieces in the bag. So first off, let's take it out for a minute, and I'll put my other two lenses in that I take with me. I've got a Sigma 1.4 30mm prime and a Canon 1.4 50mm prime as well, and those are the two lenses that I'll take on a shoot, plus the 7200, and that all fits in there quite nicely. A neat feature here, you've got a bit of space on top. Well, they've got this extra flap in there. I've got a set of batteries for my pocket wizards, memory card, and some other little bits and pieces as well, so that's quite a nice feature that's there, and that adds some extra padding to the camera pocket as well. So I've got my lenses and my camera body neatly tucked away. Pull this zip around. It's a waterproof zip, so it should be pretty secure in there, and it's not, it's quite easy to get the zip on and off and to get the camera in and out, but it's a snug fit, it's not a roomy fit, but that's good because it means your camera's not going to be shaking around and bouncing around in the back of your bag. It's going to be solid, stable, so at least you'll know where it is at all times in terms of being centre of gravity. Other features of the bag, it's got some pockets at the top here. Now there's quite a roomy area in the top there, and that's where you could put some other bits and pieces. If you're going out on a ride and you won't take any flashes or anything like that, you can get those in there. I shoot quite a lot with flash, so for a standard shoot I can actually fit pretty much everything I would. So I've got here Flex TT5 pocket wizard with the RF shield converter on the top of it, which makes it a little bit more bulky, which is a bit annoying when you're trying to take everything and pack really light. And what I tend to do is there's a bit of a kind of a bulge where the other two lenses are in there, but then there's a bit of a dip where there's a bit of space, so I normally tuck one of those in there like that. I've got another one, well, I'll go with the flashes next, so I've got my Canon 580EX with a a diffuser on there, and I just tuck one of those in on the top like that. In goes another pocket wizard, another TT5 onto the side, and then finally another flash in the top there. Let's check I've got that in right. You've got to pack it pretty much exactly to make sure I can fit all this stuff in, but that looks okay. Then obviously I've got to hold my flashes, so I use these are Joby Gorilla Pods. They're brilliant. They've got a little flash adapter on the top. You can just slip them on, slip them off. You can wrap them around trees, and generally, you know, get them wherever you want to go. The great thing about these is they weigh like nothing. They're so light. So we'll get these in as well. It's a bit of a squeeze, but this is pretty much my ultimate riding pack now. You know, I've got the flashes in there, I've got the pocket wizards, got everything I need for a major shoot, and it's all neatly packed away quite tightly. A couple other bits, obviously I've got the Mini TT1. Let's keep that in there so it's nice and tight, and that's got an AC3 controller on the top of it. Luckily there's another pocket up the top here, and so that just slips in there. And then in addition to that, lens pen. Always take a lens pen with you and blow some dust off the lens or give it a clean. And that's all my camera gear, nice and neatly stowed away in the bag. It doesn't weigh too much. I think I weighed it's about 7 or 8 kilos, so you know it's quite light for a camera bag, which is perfect. And the nice thing about it is the shape of it as well. You can see there it slopes at the top. All the bulk of the weight's at the bottom. There's a few other pockets on here. We've got one on the side like that. I keep just another trigger set. This is for doing self-portraits, that kind of thing. So in there I've just got a trigger and a cable. Keep it in a sock to stop it from getting scratched, and I just tuck that in the front there. So that's that. And then lastly, I've got tripod. This is a kind of homemade one that I bastardised, I guess, because I wanted to have something that was very light but also had a sort of semi-decent head on it. And there's a little side pocket here. You can put both legs down in there, and then there's a very clever elastic drawstring on there. You can just pull that in there, tighten it up, and there we go. And that's the Clik Elite ProBody Sport, all ready to go. You might notice there's our hydration bladder on the back, that's just tucked in behind here, and it's very comfortable to wear. It doesn't feel like you're carrying around all your camera gear or anything too heavy, and so far I've been really pleased with it. I'm really liking the way the bag's working. You know, it's got a nice harness on the side. You can clip other things onto the harness as well if needs be. There's a lot of scope for, you know, adding extra bits to the bag and things to hang stuff off. But as an ultimate photography camera bag, that's got everything I need in it. The shape of the bag's really nice on your back. Yeah, it's a great pack. I recommend it. Definitely the best camera bag I've come across so far for riding a mountain bike and taking photos. The highlights of the bag, things I really like. I love the way this is just a side opening here, so you can just half sling the bag off, pull your camera out, shoot some shots, chuck it back in there. I actually like the look of the bag. I think it's quite different. It's sort of, you know, kind of sleek and a bit more purposeful. I've taken it out in the rain. It's pretty waterproof. You know, it's definitely seems to be okay at the moment. It does come with a rain cover as well, though, which just slots in the back here. So if it gets really bad, you can just pull that out and deploy it over the entire pack. And even works with a tripod on the side there. Not that it matters if the tripod's that's wet, but yeah, really good pack from Clik Elite. Well thought out, well made. I love the way it's working. They do a compact sport and a ProBody Sport. This is the ProBody Sport. Obviously fits the ProBody in with the 70-200mm lens, 200mm lens, which is, you know, what most guys use when they're out there shooting bikes. I hope you've enjoyed the video, and if you get one of these packs, I hope you're enjoying it as much as me. Thanks very much.